So once again, welcome to the fourth day of 13th batch online Jivan Vidya Universal Human Values Workshop.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
This is the fourth day. So Suman will continue the fourth day. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
Suman,
just
are you
joining
ready?
from. I'm joining from the browser from the PC.
Okay.
Just give me 1 minute, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we'll get started. I'm about to share this. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yeah, Suman, continue.
Okay.
Suman, you are on mute.
Okay, you can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So sorry for the delay, everyone. My name is Suman, and I'll be conducting this session of the Jivan Vidya workshop today, also referred to as Universal Human Values. And you all have been attending the various sessions of Jivan Vidya over the last 3 days, and you have been introduced to the various concepts of the content, and we have started looking at what exactly is this workshop. We've started understanding what is a human being. First of all, we started with the aspirations of what are the fundamental aspirations of a human being. Then we went on to see what are the various the various dimensions in which we live as a human being. So we live as an individual. We live with our body, in coexistence with our body. Then we saw then interactions between human beings. How two human beings interact. We started looking at that in the session yesterday. So in this process now, today's topic is the continuation of the interaction between a human being and another human being. And so the topic of human relationships has been introduced in the session yesterday. So we'll continue that. So a relationship between a human being and a human being fundamentally has there are 9 feelings which are identified between a human being and a human being, and they've been mentioned probably in the workshop yesterday. So first, the feeling of trust is being discussed. So for understanding what this feeling of trust is, Dr. Hari must have kind of put forward a set of questions in front of you in the workshop, and we'll go through them once again, because this is a very fundamental feeling of every human relationship. And if we really understand this feeling, it'll bring in a lot of comfort in our relationships. So let's try to understand what this feeling of trust is. So I request you all to respond to the questions. Probably you have already responded, but let's do it one more time. No harm in doing it one more time, because these questions are basically asking us to reflect within ourselves. So we are answering these from our point of view. So what we think. So the first question is, do let me call it. So do you want to be happy? Continuous.
Yes.
Yeah, please respond in the chat window so that we can see many people's responses. Yes. Then the second question is, do you want the other to be happy? Oh, you're responding. Yes, 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 yes. I'm only getting like 5 to 6 responses. It'd be good if each one of you respond. Yeah, nice. So you're all saying, do you want the other to be happy? Yes. Now the next question is, does the other want to be happy? Does the other person want to be happy? Yes. Okay. Most of you are responding yes. Okay. Okay. Now the fourth question is, does the other want me to be happy? Continuously. The question is, does the other want me to be happy all the time? Depends. Yes, not sure. Yes, yes, depends. Maybe, maybe, not sure. Okay. All right. So we have a yeah, depends, maybe, sure. So we have a set of 4 questions. We asked first, do you want to be happy continuously? You all said yes here. And then, do you want the other to be happy? And then you all said yes here. Does the other want to be happy all the time? You said yes here. And does the other want me to be happy here? So some of you said yes, some of you said not sure, and some of you said depends, and some of you said yes. So these are the various responses that we got for these 4 questions. Right. Then let me ask another set of questions. I don't know if I can save this. Okay. Now, the other set of questions I'm asking is, it'll be similar set of questions, but slightly different. The first question is, can I make or keep myself happy all the time, or continuously. Can I keep myself, or am I able to? Am I able to keep myself happy all the time continuously? No, should be, but depends. The question is, are we able to keep ourselves happy all the time continuously? Can you please respond? Okay, somebody's saying no. Yes. More people. No, yes, no, yes. Okay. Not sure. No. Okay. All right. The next question is, am I able to keep the other happy continuously? No, 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 yes. No, 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 but want to. Okay. No. Okay. Then the next question is the other able to keep himself or herself happy continuously? Is the other able to keep themselves, that is himself or herself, happy continuously? No, no, depends, no. Okay. Fourth, is the other able to keep me happy continuously? What is the answer for this from you? Is the other able to keep me happy continuously? No, no, depend, no. No, 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 no. Okay. So in summary, you have said mostly not sure or no for this. You have said no for this. You have said no for this. Most of you have said no for this. So all we are saying, no, there's no concrete yes for any of these questions. Now let's look at the previous question once again. All right. So let's go back to the previous question. Here we said, do you want to be happy continuously? We are very confident. We said yes. Do you want the other to be happy? We said mostly confidently yes. Does the other want to be happy? We are confidently yes. Does the other want me to be happy? We said not sure. Okay. But if you see, who is this other? So everybody in this workshop said you want the other to be happy. That means, let's say, how many are there here? There are 50 people in this workshop. Out of 50 people, except you, all the 49 have said that they want you to be happy. All the 49 people in the workshop said they want you to be happy. But here, when we are thinking, when we are looking at it, does the other want me to be happy? You're saying you're not sure. These two are a reflection of the same question from the perspective of me versus the perspective of the other. So when I am telling about me, oh yeah, I want the other to be happy. I'm confidently saying this. I definitely want the other to be happy if given a choice. I don't have any problem if the other is happy. But the same question I'm asking you, do you think the other person also thinks the same way, that they also want you to be happy? Then we are not sure. Are we seeing this difference here? That when it comes to us, we are saying my intention is very good all the time. I want the other to be happy. But when I'm saying, is the other's intention also good? We are saying, no, I'm not sure about that. My intention is clear. This second question is my intention. But what about the other person's intention? Does he also want you to be happy? I'm just asking about the want, whether they are able to keep you happy or not. I did not ask. Here also it is want only. Here also it is want only. Both are wants only. Whether they are able to keep or not is a separate set of questions which we asked later. All four were not sure. But here, the question of want, given a choice, would you want the other to be happy? We said yes. But given a choice, does the other want you to be happy? We are not sure. We see this is clearly, this is what is the lack of trust in the other. The ability wise, when we saw it previously in the other four set of questions. Is the other able to? When I said able to for all four questions, it's the same question, set of questions, except instead of want, we changed it to able to. We said then the answer is all four no. I am not able to keep myself happy. The other is not, I'm not able to keep the other happy. The other is not able to keep themselves happy. The other is not able to keep me happy. So all four are not sure when it comes to the ability. But when it comes to the intention wise, we are saying my intention is pure, but I'm not sure about the other's intention. Even the other is also thinking the same. My intention is good, but I'm not sure about that person's intention. So this is the problem of trust that is missing in the relationships. That I am sure about my intention, but I'm not sure about the other's intention. Any question here? Trust basically is the assurance, is a feeling of assurance that the other wants me to be happy. This is trust. It's the feeling of assurance. I'm confident that the other wants me to be happy all the time. Just wants. Given a choice, if the other really had a choice between like how to keep me happy at the same time, probably meet other conditions, then he or she would probably do that. It's just that the other doesn't know how to, keep me happy and at the same time, live their life. That's the reason. It's a matter of ability. Ability is not part of trust. This is called as competence. We lack it. So I am not able to keep myself happy. I'm not able to keep the other happy. Similarly, the other also doesn't have, I lack competence and the other also lacks competence. So competence is missing at many places. Within me, it is missing. In the other also, it is missing. But this doesn't define, this is not the feeling of trust. For example, let's take an example. So I'm going on a road, for example, and I know that there is one person who is like mentally disturbed or unstable. Okay. Now that person is throwing a stone at me or shouting something at me. I know that he is mentally disturbed and is having some problems. When that person shouts at me or let's say abuses me, he uses some bad words on me, do I feel bad? Can you please respond in the chat? When I'm going on a road, if I see some mentally disturbed person and that person is acting weirdly, and let's say he's giving some bad words at me, do I feel bad, or do I think that okay, I mean, poor fellow, he's like mentally disturbed, so he's talking some nonsense, so I don't have to really worry about it? Do I think that way, or will I take it to my heart and they feel so bad, why is he saying these bad words to me? So yeah, most of you are saying no, you don't feel bad, right? Praveen Garu, can you maybe say why do you feel, why would you feel bad?
It's basically if at all, if a person is coming there, it is a matter of, I'm just saying based on my experience here. So whenever it comes to me that somebody is raising his voice, in general, I take it as a matter that it is against my identity. So there is ample opportunity for me to return back in the same fashion. So that is why I said that, yes.
Okay. I mean, even though beforehand that that person is, let's say, so-called, mentally disturbed or, mad or whatever the tag is.
At that moment, actually, this is what is happening. At that moment, it comes out. And just after a few seconds of then I come back to my senses saying that, okay, that should not have been done. This is what happens.
Okay.
So that's why I came as yes, nothing else.
Okay. Fine, no problem. Yeah, thanks for the clarification. But yeah, in general, when we know that the person already has a problem, when that person doesn't really mean it, so it's not intentional. When that we know that that person is not doing it intentionally, and that person is doing it out of whatever problem he has or she has, then we don't feel bad. But if the same thing, if those same bad words or that same shouting happens, let's say from my friend or my brother or my parents or somebody close to me, we feel very offended.
So,
We feel
shall I ask
hurt.
one question? Sorry, Suman?
Yeah, sure.
But actually, why should the other person wants to? Why should the other person wants to keep me happy forever? Because he has not born for this purpose. No, he want to be happy. He did not want to keep myself to keep me happy forever.
Right. Yeah. So when we say wants, it's just like we are working together, right? So obviously we have an opinion about the other. So let's say I am in a bus, the person sitting next to me, or let's say somebody is giving you an injection in a hospital, right? Now, if you have the assurance that that person is not, has some ill feelings towards you, that person may put something in that injection and give me. Now, if this assurance is not there on that other person who is giving the injection to you, can you take that injection? So day-to-day life, we are interacting with hundreds and thousands of people, and whether we interact or not, we still have a feeling towards other. That person is not born to do that, but we all feel related to everybody, whether it is so I got into a bus, I'm sitting next to somebody. Okay, I'm at a bank, I'm interacting with somebody. I'm in an auto, he's driving me, it's dark in the night. Now I either have a feeling of assurance or I don't have a feeling of assurance. Or some cab driver is dropping me. why not? Why strangers? Even my own parents, okay, they're saying something to me. So they said something. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why are you behaving like this? They said something to me. When they're saying that, do I have this assurance for towards them or not, that they want me to be happy? If I have this assurance, what is the feeling within me? If I don't have the assurance, what is the feeling within me? Just look, let's observe this. If I have the assurance when the doctor is giving me that injection, then I will feel, okay, whatever this doctor is doing, he's trying to cure my body, or and hence I feel a sense of trust towards this person, so I will take the injection. If I don't have that trust, I cannot take that injection. I may just run away, or similarly, same thing. Now there is a class going on and the teacher is teaching something. Now the student in the last bench is giggling or smiling. Now the teacher can look at it two ways, that this fellow is making fun of me, or the teacher can evaluate the competence versus the intention of the student and handle it in a different way. So if we have this assurance that the other wants me to be happy, just wants, but they may or may not have this ability for me to be happy, to keep me happy, then my response will be different. But if I don't have this assurance at all, my response will be different. So for example, a child is there, the child is playing, and the child started behaving in a cranky manner, irritated manner. The child, when the child is doing that, when a small child, let's say 2-year-old child or 3-year-old child is doing that, what will we think when the child is very irritated and behaving in a cranky manner? We'll think, oh, maybe the sleep is not sufficient, maybe he or she didn't sleep enough. Or we'll think, maybe it's time to feed the baby, so let's think about what to feed next. We will think about this because we are not doubting the intention of that baby at that point of time. But if the same crankiness or irritated behavior happens from an adult, what will be our response? Will we think that way, that this person is worked up? Oh, he must have had a bad day at office, so he came back and he's behaving like this. Do we think like that? Or we start off in a reverse, like, you behave like this, I will give you enough to you also. So if we have this assurance that the other wants me to be happy, our behavior will be in one way. If we don't have this assurance towards the other, our behavior will be in another way. Any questions? I can take one question at this point. So this assurance that the other wants me to be happy. Sorry, just 1 second. Let me summarize. This is the intention part. So my feeling, if it is coming from the intention of the other, the assurance on the intention of the other, it will be one type of feeling. If I don't see this intention of the other, and I don't differentiate the competence of the other, the ability, competence or ability, both are same things, then I won't have this feeling of. So we have to look at this, the proposal in front of you. All these are proposals. Again, we keep reminding again and again. So the proposal in front of you is that when you want to see whether you want to have a feeling of trust towards the other or not, we have to look. The proposal is to look at the intention of the other. The competence will be lacking, or most likely will be lacking. Now, what do we do if the competence is less? We have to see how we can improve the competence. If the competence is very good, then I can learn from that other person. So the only two options that exist are learn or teach. But the feeling while doing this, the most important thing is we have to see this, that the intention is all good. The other person may be lacking in competence. So for example, I asked my friend to come at or I've asked my friend to, so my friend has asked me to start the session at 9 o'clock, but my laptop was not ready or set up at 9. So I took 5 more minutes. So I kind of lagged in my ability to start at 9 o'clock. So I lacked competence. So what Mr. Giri could do in the next session is 5 minutes before the session or 10 minutes before the session, he will do a check on me that Suman, are you ready with your laptop? Is it all set up? So that he will do when he trusts my intention that, okay, Suman really wants to start the session on time, but his ability to start is missing, whatever be the reasons. There could be a number of reasons. There could be a lacking in the ability. So let me try to improve his ability or help him in improving his ability by maybe reminding him, or if he's having any technical issues, I can help him. Could be anything, but all that with the feeling of trust towards me. There's no negative feeling when he's doing that. When he's reminding me or this thing. But if this intention is wrong, missing, like the assurance on the intention is missing, how would his response or potentially could be? He could, like, after the session say, you've done so many sessions, don't you know that you should be prepared beforehand? Somebody could say that if the intention, if he's doubting my intention, right? So that's the difference in our behavior towards somebody when we see their intention versus when we don't see their intention. It could be significantly different in our behavior towards the other. Yeah, now I can take the question. Someone was asking a question.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Suman, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. So, as you have given the example, like a mentally disturbed candidate, we understand from his point of view, and we react accordingly. So, thinking that he is having some problem internally,
Yeah.
but some healthy person, suppose if we understand him, if we think in his point of view, or in his point of view, and we understand one time, second time also, if they exploit our understanding behavior, and they exploit our behavior repeated, if they repeat our weakness, they will take it as a weakness. Then how to deal such type of people?
Yeah, so basically you're saying that the intention of the person is only good sometimes, but after some time their intention became bad, right? Or are you saying that the person is not competent to see my accommodative behavior, so he's still lacking his competence, and he's, out of lack of competence, he's still misusing my accommodative behavior? What is the interpretation here? Are we saying that after some time his intention suddenly became bad, he wants me to be unhappy, and he's exploiting me? Or are you saying that that fellow is not having the maturity to see that I'm very accommodative, I'm being calm even though he's shouting at me and he is irritating me, I'm still being patient, and he doesn't realize the value of that, and poor fellow third time he started misusing that? How will we look at this? You can reflect upon that. How do we look at this, that this person who is misusing my patience will definitely go somewhere else and get a good beating, because our understanding of relationships doesn't reflect only in one relationship. It goes into every relationship. So you are patient and you have responded patiently, but he will go and face somebody impatient and get a good sound response back. So are we pity about his incompetence, or are we saying that this fellow's intention has suddenly become bad? So we can't be nice to people, so they will start misusing me. And also think about it, whom will he go to? So you have been patient, he knows that he has misused your patience, and then after some time he got into a problem for some kind of issue. Will he come to you because he has seen some assurance from you that your behavior is definite and you have a definite conduct? You're not what you call fluctuating behavior. You're having a definite behavior. So where will the other people find comfort in? Will they find comfort with you, or will they find comfort in somebody whose behavior is random and they don't know how, when the person is behaving nicely, when the person is behaving irritatingly? So where will that person go to? Where will he find the assurance in? Yep. So please think about that. So the intention, so the proposal here is that every human being's intention is untouched or innate. So it's like pure, but unfortunately, due to the understanding we build up, or the conditioning we build up over a period of time, in ourself, our assumptions, we build up so many assumptions in our mind that we start seeing or doubting this intention. So innately, every human being is, so that's the reason why you all 50 of you who are in this workshop, when I asked the question, do you want the other to be happy, everybody said a resounding yes, because your intention is pure towards the other. In balancing things, in ability to keep yourself happy, keep the other happy, we juggle around, and in our ability we lack to keep ourselves happy and keep the other happy. But at an intention level, every human being is pure, that then they want the other to be happy. We try a few things. We try this way, that way, n number of ways. Sometimes we just get tired that we are not able to be in harmonious relationships. There's always conflict, how much ever I try. So it's a matter of ability. So as our understanding improves, as our understanding about relationships improves, about reality improves, the relationships also start becoming harmonious, more and more harmonious, less conflicts. And that spreads to, once it improves in one relationship, or few relationships, it spreads into all the relationships. You can see that in some people's behavior or their approach towards relationships. Whomever they are talking to or whomever they are interacting with, there is comfort, there is harmony, there is peace, in that relationship. So our understanding of relationships, our understanding of the feelings reflects in pretty much every interaction that we that not just one relation, like I am good to this person but I want to be bad to that person. That usually doesn't happen. Temporarily, for a few moments, we can try to be that way, but eventually we end up showing our so-called true colors in all relationships. So if there is any question, I can take one more question before we go into the next topic. So the competence part. So the competence is often missing. I mean, we have to work on the competence, not just others' competence, but firstly, my own competence. Of the competence includes like understanding everything, understanding about me, understanding about my aspirations, understanding about my body, my relationships, society, nature. This whole right understanding is actually about building this competence. Once that right understanding is, as the right understanding is developing, I'm in harmony at more and more levels for more and more time, with my children, with my parents, with my relatives, with many people I'm interacting with. It becomes more and more harmonious. And not just with others, within myself also, I'm more harmonious. Even when I'm not interacting with others, I'm harmonious with my body. I become more responsible towards my body. I add value at workplace. I add value to society, and I add value to nature. So if I'm exploiting nature, then now I can start adding value as my right understanding improves. So competence wise, we have to evaluate the other. There's no doubt, oh, you're saying intention of everybody is good, so I'll trust, I trust the intention of somebody, so I'll just bring them to my home. Or can I bring a stranger to my home? No, obviously no, because The feeling is good, but doesn't mean we have to, whatever is the task at hand. For example, I'm hiring somebody for a job. If it's a carpenter job, I have to evaluate the competence for that person. How good is he at carpentry? My feeling towards whoever is getting selected or not getting selected is the same. I have the right feelings towards them, but I will pick only the person who knows carpentry to a job of carpenter. I won't pick somebody who is a musician to a job of carpentry. So working together is different. That involves matter of competences. Also behavior also, when somebody is misbehaving, that means the person is lacking competence. So I can see if I can be of help to that person, or if I can be of value. First of all, I have to be, improve my own competence. Then the other can potentially learn from me. I don't have to go start correcting everybody. If I'm not responding in a wrong way, that itself is a big help to the other. So when somebody comes and shouts at me, if I'm not reacting immediately in the same behavior that the other person has done, if I am not doing the same thing, that itself is a big help to the other. Because I am improving my competence. I am being more competent. I hope if there are any questions, I can take one.
Suman sir, can I ask one more question, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So one of my friend, just due to small reason, he is not able to talk to me. Intentionally, he is doing that, but I don't want to cut the relation. So, and every time I will take the initiative. So to him or to greet him every time, my intention is like that, and his intention is always. So whenever we are approaching, intentionally not to react, not to respond. That is his intention. But I don't want to cut the relation. Every time I will be making the trials all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, what you're saying is a very common situation, actually. Most of us face this situation, but the word that you're using, that he's intentionally doing it, so that intentionally word is his lack of competence. That's what we are saying. This intention is a very deep thing within him. So if you go at that level, his intention is still good. He wants to be happy. He wanted some kind of a friendship with you, which probably you were not able to provide to him, or you are not able to meet his expectations, or whatever it is, the background behind that. That person has decided that I won't talk to this person anymore, right? That decision of not talking to you is at the lack of his competence, because he thought that that will bring happiness to him, that I won't talk to this person and hence I will be happy. We do most of the things for our happiness, or for the happiness of people around us. So your friend, whoever, mostly, I shouldn't be actually talking for him, but he might have most likely taken this decision that I won't talk to this person, and so I will be happy. Whether he is happy or not doing that, that only he will know. Okay, but it is his lack of competence that he took such a decision, instead of actually working out with you on how to be good friends, how to have a more harmonious relationship. He probably lacked that ability to have a harmonious relationship, and concluded saying, thinking that I won't talk to this person, or I have to teach him a lesson, whatever be his conclusion. Right? Is it lack of competence, or is it lack of intention?
I don't know, sir. I don't know. Is it lack of competence or intention? I'm not.
How do you look at it? Does he want you to be happy, or do you think that he's given a choice, he still wants you to be? I mean, what is your thing? You want him to be happy?
No, it is not like that. I don't think like that. His intention in general, when we were talking each other, his intention will be always pricking the others, just entertain and enjoying. By when they are hurting themselves or feeling, he will enjoy. That is his intention. I know his intentions. So sometimes should we feel regret for that, or should we let it go and we keep on in our life?
Yeah, so whatever you are saying as intention, it's the conclusions that he has drawn. That's not the innate nature of his of human beings in general. So you can talk for yourself, we can't talk for him, but for you, do you want the other to be happy? Do you want your friend to be happy given a choice? Because we can only talk for our given a choice. Do you want your friend to be happy? Do you want your parents to be happy? Do you want your people around you to be happy? Given a choice, only want. Whether you will be able to do it or not is second question, we'll come to that later. Do you want them to be happy?
I'm not getting clearly, sir. Why I want him to be happy? It is not like that. He has taken his choice.
No, forget about this friend. In general, I'm asking, do you want anybody to be happy, or do you want that person to go, let's say, get into an accident and get into some troubles? For example, do you wish for such things for the others?
Yes, definitely. We will wish for others only. Even though we have problems inside, we have problems, we will keep our problems in our mind only. Then we will do favor for others only, definitely.
So you wish for good things for the others. You don't want others to have face bad things and get into troubles and become unhappy. That's not your wish.
No. The others also should be happy. If our surrounding people are happy, then only the good vibes will come to us also.
So where is this coming from? Where are you getting this wish from? Because you are raised, or is there something deep within you which is telling this, that I want them also to be happy? That's the key that I'm trying to draw your attention to. Where is this wish that you want everybody to be happy and good things happen to everybody? Where is this coming from?
It is coming from
you don't have to answer it.
From inside.
From inside, right? So there is something inside each one of us which is telling this, that I want everybody to be happy. I want me to be happy. I want everybody to be happy. So that thing is there in your friend also. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's try to see the fact that that same thing which is telling me that I wish good things for everybody will be there in that person also. Let's try to see that. When we see that, we usually don't see that part. We only see the outer behavior or outer actions, what they're doing. But if we go deep inside that person, this same thing that you are wishing the good for everybody, and you are wishing that everybody bad things don't happen to everybody, the same thing is there in that person also. If we recognize that, if we see that, okay, this fellow also wants everybody, wishes good things for others, but on the outside behavior, whatever be the reasons, temporary happiness when pricking the others or irritating the others or pulling the legs or putting some satires, his behavior has become like this, and externally at an outer level. But if deep within, just like I wish good things for everybody, most likely that person also. So that this recognition, that the proposal in front of you is that, see that deep thing within everybody, every human being around you. If we are able to see that in the other, then we get this feeling of trust. If we don't see that in the other, we will not get this feeling of trust on the other.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
But
yeah, please
it doesn't mean that I don't have trust on him. I have trust on him only. I have trust on him. That's why we try to. I don't want to break the relationship. I am continuing the relationship only.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you so
much.
Yeah.
So if we see that this thing, that deep within me, just like I am wishing good things for everybody, the other also is wishing good things for me. If we see that part, usually we miss out on that. We start seeing that, then this feeling of trust comes. And if we see it permanently, that that every human being has this deep within them, that they want everybody to be happy, then this feeling of trust is kind of reaches upon no going back state. Right now, sometimes we have trust, sometimes it goes away because we are becoming, I mean, when we lose trust only, we shout on the others because we doubt their intentions. So when we see this for sure and permanently, then there's no going back. This feeling of trust stays for continuously towards the other.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I think there are some more questions and comments on the chat, but let's sorry, we'll take up in the evening session or later if time permits. But for now, let me go to the next important. So this trust is the fundamental feeling. Like in every relationship, this is the fundamental feeling. So only after having the trust can we actually have further relationship and interactions with the other. Trust, and then the most important one after trust is respect. So we already have some notions about this word respect. So I request you all to put that aside for a minute and try to see what we are trying to define this word. Just like trust also we defined, because we already had some meanings about what trust is, but we redefined saying that look at the intention of the other, and if you have the assurance that the other's intention is for me to be happy, the assurance that I have that the other wants me to be happy, that is trust, we said. So that's the definition we put in front of you. Similarly, for respect, I'm trying to define this feeling called respect. So respect is, first of all, a right evaluation. So it's coming from the word actually like samman, and it's the split is something like samyak mapan. So mapan is measurement. Samyak is kind of right. So right measurement, but right measurement of what? So right evaluation of the other. If we do the right evaluation of the other, the feeling that we get towards the other is respect. Now let's look at how do we evaluate the other. So for this, usually I take one volunteer. Can one of you volunteer for this? Somebody say yes in the chat window. Okay, Mr. Niranjan. Oh, no, you have already spoken. So people have already some opinions about you. I want somebody who has not spoken at all.
I can be able. Praveen.
So may I know your name?
Praveen.
Okay, Praveen. All right. So I'm drawing Praveen here. Sorry, Praveen, making you ugly.
At least I'm looking thin on the paint.
Okay. So we have Praveen here. Let's all evaluate Praveen. So what do you know about Praveen? Can somebody tell? You can put in a chat window. What all do we know about Praveen? Please type in the chat window what all you know about Mr. Praveen. You know nothing, only name. Okay, nothing. You don't know anything about Praveen.
People are nice here.
Yeah. You don't talk Praveen, otherwise they'll start knowing about you, please. Okay, co-participant in the workshop. He wants to be happy and wants others to be happy. He's an individual like me. He has come here to learn values. He's a human being just like me. Taking initiative to talk. Previously, he said everyone to be happy. Male. Okay, let me write a few things. Okay, good. Already, I think some of you, he wants to be happy. and others also to be happy. All right. So first, you all said, yeah, he wants to be happy, and he wants everybody also to be happy. Very nice. So some of you have said this. So the next question I have, he's believing that you won't make fun of him. He's a seeker of truth, so he's here. He wants to learn UHV. Yeah. So all these are true. Next question I have for you all is, this is the okay. He wants to be. This is his goal. How can he achieve this goal? Do we know how he can achieve this goal? To be happy and also others to be happy. Can somebody say, how can he achieve this goal? By helping them.
By being in neutral state.
Yeah. So right understanding. So Abdul Latif ji has responded by developing the right understanding and living according to it. So this is what we probably have learned in the second or third sessions, that the goal is that we want to be happy and others also to be happy, and to achieve that right understanding and living according to this right understanding in various dimensions. So this is what you're saying for Praveen also, that he also he needs to get right understanding and live according to it in various dimensions. All right, the third question, does he have the potential? Does he have the potential to achieve this goal? Do you think he has the potential to achieve this goal? Yes, no, yes, not everyone. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. The fourth aspect is the competence aspect. That is how much we have achieved this in this potential. Okay. So yeah, thanks for the responses. So about Praveen, we have told that he wants to be happy and he also wants the others to be happy. Okay, this is the goal of Praveen. And to achieve this, the proposal or the solution, the program to achieve this goal is that he needs to get right understanding about this existence and live according to this right understanding in various dimensions of life. That is at individual level, at in coexistence with the body, in relationships, in family, in society and nature, at all the dimensions of life. When Praveen is living with right understanding, then he can achieve this goal of continuous happiness and prosperity. And prosperity also, right? Is that, do we know that, is that also a goal for Praveen, prosperity? Can you respond in the chat? Is prosperity also a goal for Praveen? Yes, I think so. Yes. Okay. Yep. And the potential to achieve this goal of continuous happiness. So we said that Praveen has this potential. We said he has this potential. Competence, we don't know. Now let's compare. This is the evaluation we have done for Praveen. Okay. Now let's do for me on the same four aspects. He wants to be happy and prosperous and wants others also to be happy. Is this a goal for me also? is my goal for each of you. Is that a goal that you want to be happy and prosperous continuously? Is that a goal for you also in each of our lives? Okay. So it's, my goal is also same. How can you achieve this goal of being continuously happy and prosperous? Will you achieve it with right understanding and living according to it in the various dimensions of life? Is that the program of action for you also to achieve this goal of continuous happiness? Is it the same for you? Yes, yes, definitely. Yes. Yes, of course. Okay. So the program of action is also same. The goal is the same. And the program to achieve this goal is also the same. Now, the third question, do you have the potential to achieve this goal? Okay. So when I'm saying potential, I may not be clear what is potential. And so the proposal is that in our self, so we have the ability, like the faculty of imagination, desiring, thinking, and all these various activities that are going on in the self, right? So we all have the potential to achieve this goal, right? So my goal is same as Praveen's goal. My program to achieve this goal is the same as Praveen's. My potential to achieve the goal is also same as Praveen's. What about the competence? How much of potential have I realized? This could be different from Praveen's. I may have realized some X potential. Praveen must have realized Y potential. So the competence could differ between me and you and somebody else and Praveen. So what are we doing in this exercise? Why are we doing this? So basically we are evaluating the other. We are evaluating the other human being. So initially, if you remember, when I asked, what do you know about Praveen? The first answer that you all gave was nothing except his name. Then somebody said he's a co-participant. Then somebody said he has come here to learn values. He's just a human being. So from nothing to now, we know basically pretty much everything about Praveen, that he also wants to be happy and prosperous just like me. He's also for achieving this, the program is the same, that is right understanding and living according to this right understanding in various dimensions of life, just like me. And his potential is also same as my potential to achieve this goal. So what is the feeling that comes out of these three evaluations towards Praveen? What is the feeling that you get? His goal is also same as mine. His program is also same as mine. His potential is also same as mine. What is the feeling that comes out of this evaluation towards Praveen? We are similar. Yes. The other is like me. Yes. The feeling that the other is like me is respect, because this is coming out of right evaluation. So far we have been, so what did we do? What did we evaluate here? We evaluated the self of Praveen, or we evaluated the body of Praveen? All these things that are happy, prosperous, and right understanding, potential, all these are aspects of self or the body? Self, right? So far in our evaluation of respect, we have missed out this component of evaluating the self. That's why the right evaluation has been missing. So we evaluate the other, for example, based on the color. We evaluate the other based on their assets. We evaluate the other based on their religion, or we evaluate the other based on their caste. We evaluate the other based on their gender. What are all these aspects? Are they aspects of the body and physical facilities, or are they aspects of the self? So this, when we do the right evaluation of the other, the feeling that comes is that the other is like me, and this feeling that the other is like me is the true feeling of respect towards other. Now, when we evaluate the other, we may find the other to be more competent in some areas, less competent in some areas. So same thing we saw about competence in trust also. When the other has more competence than me, we have a feeling that we want to learn from the other. And when we evaluate that the competence part is less than me, we would like to guide the other. But both are positive feelings only. The learning and guiding, there's no disrespect anywhere. Either we learn from the other or we guide the other. And all in doing all this, the base feeling is the other, that the other is also like me. This is the true feeling of respect towards the other. So when somebody, for example, you go to some place and based on your dress or the car from which you got out of, if the service offered to you is different, would you feel comfortable or uncomfortable? When you go to some place, sorry?
Sir, repeat your question, please.
The question is, when you go to some place, if somebody is behaving with you based on your appearance, your dress that you wear, or the car from which, or the vehicle from which you got out, or your appearance, if somebody is treating us based on that, do we feel comfortable or uncomfortable? Uncomfortable, right? So that is the disrespect. If we are doing the same thing to the other also, remember that just like we felt uncomfortable, if we are treating somebody based on what they have, what their assets they have, or based on their physical appearance, or based on their dress, or based on some other physical aspects, whether it is gender, it could be color, could be height, when we are treating them based on these, would they feel comfortable or uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, right? So that is disrespect towards the other. So if I am feeling more related to somebody based on these aspects, it's actually differentiation, disrespect, not respect. For example, based on their position, their post, if we are behaving with somebody based on these attributes, it's disrespect to the other, not respect to the other. Because that person who is in that post knows that tomorrow when I don't have this post, this fellow would not even see my face. So this is the next most, fundamental feeling after trust, that is of respect. That is evaluating the other. So if we over evaluate, so if we are saying that, for example, we over evaluate sometimes, somebody has done something, he has done some, let's say your child has done something nicely, some homework, then if we go praise, oh, you are like, he can do anything, then that becomes over evaluation. And when some child does a mistake and you're saying that you can't do anything, you are fit for nothing, you are useless, that is under evaluation. Anything outside of right evaluation is either over evaluation, under evaluation, or otherwise evaluation. That is, I say, you're not even treating that person as a human being. Tum gadha ho. So you're a donkey, you're like, or some other animal you're comparing with. So that is otherwise evaluation. All these are forms of disrespect. Whether it is over evaluation, more than what that person has done, or under evaluating the person, or otherwise, all are disrespect towards other. So the right evaluation is the right when we look at the other person's self. Just like in trust also, we differentiated the other person's behavior and actions from that innate feeling in that person that he wants the other to be happy. So we recognized that innate feeling in the other, right? Similarly, for respect, we are separating the physical aspects of the person from the self. Look at the self to respect this other. That's what we are saying here. So obviously over evaluation, disrespect. So the same thing. So somebody has you're somebody in your team. So let's say you're a boss, you're a manager, and somebody in your team comes, sir, I've never seen a manager like you. I don't think I'll ever see a manager like you. Somebody's trying to flatter you, and would you feel comfortable or uncomfortable? You know that that person is just over evaluating you for just the sake of it. So that is also disrespect, right? When somebody is coming and trying to flatter you, would you feel comfortable there or uncomfortable there when somebody does that? Yeah, so that is also disrespect, a form of disrespect. So yeah, in trust, we are trying to say the proposal is recognize the innate nature of the other, see that the other wants you to be happy. Then the feeling that we get towards the other is the trust towards the other. Similarly, respect. So look at the self of the other, not the body of the other, not the dress that the other is wearing, not the assets they have, not the car they have, not the house they have, or any other physical aspects, or even for that matter, the conditions like that we have accumulated, the various beliefs that we have accumulated. Even put that aside. Look at the core of the self. The core of the self is the same for you and the other. That is, the other also wants to be happy just like you. The other also wants to gain right understanding and live according to us, and the other also has the potential just like us. So again, the core of the self, when we evaluate, we realize that okay, that self is also just like myself. So the other is also like me, and hence I can have a sense of respect towards the other, whether it is the person younger to me, person elder to me, person same age as mine. I can have a feeling of the other is like me and behave accordingly.
It will not work in stranger partnership.
Sorry, can you please say that again?
What you said, it will not work out for stranger part, right?
Stranger?
Strangers, like you said, you just feel that others are like us.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't know the person what he is, then how we can say that, how we can evaluate the person also? We can't evaluate, right?
What we can't evaluate. So there are 4 aspects of evaluation we spoke about. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, which one we can't evaluate from the other? Can we evaluate one?
No.
Yes, stranger. Yeah, please think about it, because Mr. Praveen was a stranger to you just a few minutes back.
No,
So whether it is
I don't think so. He's stranger, but I don't, because due to that participation in that, we can know him that he wants to learn that like him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Please think about it. So whether these 1, 2, 3 evaluations we can do for a stranger also or not, or only can I do it for somebody whom I know? Whether the strangers also want to be happy, whether strangers also need to get right understanding, whether strangers have the potential or not. Please think. Of course, competence we can't evaluate of somebody whom we don't know. So we couldn't evaluate the competence.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm telling.
Yeah,
Okay.
4 we can't evaluate. 4 will need we'll need like interaction with the person to know, evaluate the
That's what I'm
competence.
telling. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 we can evaluate. So, but the
Yeah,
respect
4,
is
5
coming
we
out of
cannot.
1. No, but the feeling of respect is coming out of 1, 2, 3 itself. We don't need 4 for the
Correct.
respect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a proposal that the feeling of respect can still come towards a stranger also.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, so let's I want to like quickly mention the differentiation that I spoke about also. So differentiation or disrespect. Sorry, I usually write in a different tool, but that tool didn't work today. All right, so disrespect based on body, for example, age, gender, color, race, physical facilities like assets, post, or gadgets, etc. Then beliefs like isms, caste, or belief systems basically. So if you see all these aspects in which we differentiate, there are I mean, people are struggling to overcome this. For example, treating youngers with a sense of disrespect. We kind of teach that, respect the elders, respect the elders, respect the elders, but what to do with the youngers is not mentioned there. So of course they might have meant like love the younger ones or guide the younger ones, be caring towards them, etc. But we do see the age-based differentiation in behaviors. Similarly, gender. So we have this whole movement of feminism because of treating the other based on their gender separately. And we have seen based on color or race what kind of differentiations are happening, and the fight is still going on, that some race is superior, some race is not superior, some color we associate with, some colors we don't associate with. And then similarly based on physical facilities, like the post that person has, or their how much assets they have or gadgets they have, etc. Treating the interaction with others based on these. Similarly, isms, so communism or some religions, other belief systems. So some people I feel suddenly more related to because they belong to a particular ism. So okay, we both are communists, or we both are capitalists, or we both are seculars, the other is not. So relating to other based on the belief systems or castes, for example. There could be more ways of differentiating the other, but all these are a form of disrespect towards the other. Right? So that's about the feeling of respect. So feeling of respect is that the other is like me. And once I have this feeling, I could learn. Somebody may be very good at, for example, painting. I don't know anything about painting. I want to learn about painting. Or somebody is very good at, let's say, parenting. I don't know how to handle my kids well, but somebody may be very good at that. How to engage the kids, how to train them, how to guide them. I have a sense of, a feeling of that. Okay, I want to learn that from the other. Or in other situations, I may face people who are less competent than me. So somebody is not able to, let's say, be uh, emotionally stable, or is not able to maintain their temper, etc. So how can I help them? By being, in my response only, I'm helping them by being an example to them. Or I could be, if they ask for advice, for example, I could be giving an advice. Doesn't mean that I'm going and busily correcting them, but if given an opportunity, maybe we could guide them. But the feeling is not of disrespect. The feeling is with a compassion that, okay, the other is lacking some competence in this area, and hence the behavior is like that. But potential wise, the other also has as much potential as me. So I just need to enable, or I just need to create the environment for the other to blossom, to improve, to mature. That's the feeling I may have towards other. Right? So that is the feeling of respect. So next, we can observe in our day-to-day lives how we are relating to the other. Are we relating to the other based on these physical aspects or belief systems, or are we looking at the core of the person, that the other is also like me? Let's try to reflect on this as we go back in our day-to-day lives. Please reflect on this and see how we are relating to the other. And also the same thing about the trust also. Do I have trust on this person or not? Let's reflect on that in our interactions with the other, and see, and you can pause for a moment when you're talking or interacting with the other. See at that moment, do I have trust in this person? Is my answer with that sense of trust, or with a sense of disrespect towards the other? So that's the that's the only way we can make use of this, by actually experiencing. This whole learning of knowing is only useful when it comes into experience. So in every moment of our lives, we have to pause and reflect upon this, that okay, the proposal was that the other person's intention is good. So okay, now what do I do? How do I respond to this person? Am I able to see that the other person's intention is good, or am I not able to see it? You can try experimenting. I can share one example from my own life when I got exposed to this information. So after this session, they asked me to reflect upon this. So I went to a canteen, and one of my friends was coming in front of me. I said hi to him, and he didn't respond. He didn't look back at me and say hi to me. So then immediately I got offended. There's a history also that we don't have a very good friendship. So then I started imagining, so okay, this fellow is like this, is always like that. I've known this for quite some time. Then we went into the mess, and I was just thinking, okay, these people just told that the intention of the other is good, and it must be me who is unnecessarily assuming things. So he was in the line in front of me in the canteen. This was in my engineering days. So he stood in front of me with a great hesitation and discomfort. I asked him, I kind of patted on his back, and he turned back. I asked, I just said hi to you when I'm coming into the canteen. Did you notice me? Why did you not respond back to me? And then he said, oh, did you say hi? Sorry, I didn't notice. I lost, I misplaced my purse, and I was thinking about it. I didn't even notice that you said hi to me. So those 5 minutes when I said hi to him and he didn't respond, till this time when I clarified with him on why he did not respond to me, those 5 minutes were already a lot of torture for me, right? I kept assuming within me, a lot of thoughts kept happening. I also planned planned how to take revenge. Next time when he does this, let me not say hi back to him. All this I have imagined in those 5 minutes, and already went through a lot of trauma within me. That fellow was happy. He's busy thinking about his purse. But what happened to me, because of this lack of trust in on him, on his intention, I did a lot of things in the meantime. That is, I lost my temper. I maybe even my blood pressure must have gone a little higher. So all that happened to me. He's happily thinking about his misplaced purse. So that was a moment of shock to me. How can I be so foolish in, I mean, assuming something like this, and it was a shocker. The proposal kind of hit me right at that moment, that the intention of the other was good. It was not really to make me unhappy. I imagined that he wanted me to make me unhappy, and hence he didn't wave back to me. All that is my imagination, not the reality. So I would say, go back and try to see this in in life, in relationships, whether we are respecting the other is like me. Is this the feeling towards the other, or are we relating to the other aspects of the person, appearance and gender, race or color, etc. So let's reflect on these, and then only they will be of use in our relationships. And these two are called the fundamental feelings. So the other feelings are basically built on top of these. The trust and respect are the basis for any relationship. Okay, so with that, I think we come to an end of the session time also. Thank you so much for listening patiently through the session. And if you have any questions, we can take them up in the evening session. So looking forward to meet you all there. Yeah. Any announcements, Giri Garu?
Not really. So basically, it's the same again. So I'm sure you will have a lot of questions on trust and respect today evening. So I will post some of the self-reflective assignments to you. Go through that, some content and videos to watch on, and go through that, and come back or do some self-analysis. Work with your family, with your friends. You must have a lot of us must have lost some relationships also, by not trusting their intention. So did we do that, or why did we do that? So that kind of reflections, and make some do some reflections and come back with questions. Whatever experience that you had with that, come back with questions today evening, and we can discuss more on that. Okay, so yeah, see you all today evening at 7 p.m. Thank you. Let me stop recording.